badly do you not want to go back to LA and get this done tomorrow?
Pretty badly. I mean, you saw it out there. It was a pretty good atmosphere to play in. They had, a big say in what went on today too. I mean, it felt like last couple innings there was so much momentum in the place that it was hard not to get it done. Obviously pitching was unbelievable tonight, but pretty much inspired the whole game. So a lot of fun tonight. Be pretty similar probably tomorrow night as well.
What were your deliberations internally to keep Blake in there for the 6th?
Well, I was confident where, at times his mechanics weren't great. He wasn't throwing the ball where he wanted to, but it was still explosive and they weren't hitting him. So I was going to give him a little rope there. Once the Muncie at bat came up, I was ready to do something after that. But, we still had some game to cover. He still looked like his stuff was good. And, this is probably as well as he's battled all year. To get a win like this and, throwing a lot of pitches. These games sometimes get away from him a little bit. He wouldn't allow that to happen. Ended up pitching well enough to win, and then the bullpen took over.
The bullpen, I feel like it's like a broken record. They haven't allowed a run in 3 games, and it's just did you see this coming, this type of performance?
Well, look, we have a good bullpen. I think anytime – you hold a lineup like that down, like we have here, that's hard to do. So, but we feel like it's a really deep bullpen, a lot of power arms, pitching well toward the end of the season, into the postseason. Inspired even a little bit more. So you're seeing a lot of 100-mile-an-hour pitches from us. I think 3 guys threw 100 today for us. It doesn't happen very often. When you're locating, it's tough to square those guys up.
Going into this, it was about not having a home game in the playoffs with the crowd since '06. Did you imagine it would be like this?
You had an idea, but maybe not like this. It was like this before the game started. So it was like this in pregame, during the introductions, all the way throughout the game. So there are going to be a lot of hoarse voices coming back tomorrow. But to keep up that pace the entire game, that was pretty cool.
And was that a huge help for your guys?
Without a doubt, especially as the game went along. One hit could potentially throw the game the other way. So yes, I would say all our relievers, felt that. You don't see, like I said, you don't see 100 miles an hour often, especially out of 3 guys in a row. So I'm sure it had a big say in it.
We'll go to the back left corner.
Hey, Skip, staying on the bullpen, when you see it's going to be lining up for Garcia in the 7th, Suarez in the 8th, and Hader in the 9th, the way that postseason baseball is played nowadays, when he's setting up like that for
right.
you, how sense of, I guess, ease come over you, like, we got this?
Well, one-run game against Dodgers, I wouldn't say ease, but it's set up that way. And, probably the hardest job today was Martinez having to come in. Whenever you come in with, for the starter with his run out there, with his base runners, that's the one that's the hardest. So, we've been asking him to pitch quite a bit. I didn't want him to have to go more than, 2/3 there. Garcia had plenty of rest. Mostly righties coming up for him, so it matched up well as far as where it went. But, where are we without the bullpen right now?
And then you add superlatives for postseason Trent Grisham?
I feel like hit him in 4th. I mean, but, he's doing well where he is. Bottom of our orders, having a lot of production. We want to try to get some consistency throughout, but he has the ability to do these things. I think the thing that really is, incredible is where he's gone to at the end of the season to where he is right now in the postseason. This is kind of who he is as a player, but it was a tough road getting there.
Go back to Kevin in the front.
Do you anticipate all those guys like Suarez and Hader would be?
I would think. I mean, this is the time of season where, we haven't really put too much on them this year. We don't pitch guys 3 days in a row very often. I think they're benefiting from that right now. We had a day off. They pitched today. It'd be 3 out of 4, but I think these guys are going to be looking forward to pitching tomorrow.
Go to the gentleman in the back.
Skip, I know you guys were confident with Joe going tomorrow, but what you saw with the crowd, with the way your bullpen is, what is the confidence level that you can close this series out tomorrow?
Look, we try to come out here and win a game. So we feel good about where we are. We've played well. We've had games we scored some runs, had some games where we've relied on our pitching. Joe, we feel great every time he's on the mound. pitching in front of his hometown crowd tomorrow, I know is going to be exciting for him. Of course, we'll feel good going into the game.
As a former catcher, help us understand how difficult it is for Austin to do what
Yeah.
he did and be on base, I think, 3 times.
Right. I think, it's coming to a point now where, offensively now he's got the catching part to where he's really comfortable with it. We've always thought that he was going to hit, and he's doing his best work at the plate here toward the end of the season into the postseason. So, it's quite a workload for him right now. He's going to catch again tomorrow. But he is playing his best baseball here at the end of the season when a lot of times catchers are run down.
Take our last couple questions here. Go ahead, sir.
You're making history tonight. This is the first time that Padres win a playoffs match
Right.
with people in the stands.
Correct.
You won 2 matches in 2020, but without people. What does it mean for you?
Well, everybody felt it. Everybody, felt what felt for the fans out there. They were rocking and ready to go the entire game. So being able to reward them, not only with a win, but in the fashion that we did it, where it comes down to the last pitch and they're a big part of it. I think it was kind of apropos the way the game ended with them on their feet the entire game.
Take our last question here in the middle row.
Given the moves that A.J. made at the trading deadline and the idea that even though you were far behind the Dodgers in the standings, your organization had October in mind. Would you say that A.J. is 1 game away from being a genius right about now?
He's done a great job with this roster. There's no doubt about that. So, look, we were thinking postseason in spring training. And then to enhance the roster like he typically does along the way gives us even a better chance. So definitely hats off to AJ.
Your manager left you in the 6th inning,
Yeah.
and you just felt like you were still throwing. At what point did he let you know that, and what did that mean to you?
Yeah, no, it meant a lot. I know when I came in after the 5th, I thought I might have a chance to get taken out, but Bob lets us go. So he's just said, how do you feel? I said, good. He said, all right, keep going. So, yeah, I've learned to trust Bob that he's just going to let us go until he thinks it's time to pull us. But
When you've had trouble, it sometimes is with walks. Tonight you didn't let that
yeah,
snowball. It's not the first time that's happened, but it was kind of important. Like,
Yeah.
how did you keep it together?
I think I just, was focused on each pitch in the moment and not trying to think too far ahead or psych myself out on what I needed to do. Just each pitch, make the good pitch, and I trusted that the outcome would be really good. So I think, just kept it pretty simple.
You were curious about what the crowd would be like, so what was it like?
Yeah, the crowd was legit. That's probably the best crowd I've ever pitched in front of. Usually I'm used to pitching in front of crowds that are never cheering for us. So to have a crowd that cheers for us, that was pretty special. And there's been times here where it's special, but the energy was it was electric the entire time, every play, every pitch. So that was pretty amazing.
Go to Matt and then the gentleman in the back.
Some guys say they block out the crowd. Obviously, you were very aware of it. Did they help you?
Yeah, I would say so. They didn't help me, because the first 2 innings I was way too amped up. I was trying to throw as hard as I possibly could. I wanted to give, the fans everything and more. So I was kind of emptying the tank a little too soon. But then I said, all right, let's calm down. Let's start just executing pitches and not trying to throw hard so we can go deep into the ball game.
So that's one of the adjustments you made was dialing it back.
Yeah, and just, calming down, because you get really hyped up when you have a crowd that's that excited, and you want to do everything you can to make sure, they're going home happy.
The bullpen, they haven't allowed a run yet this series. From your vantage point, what's happening?
And they're just executing, getting ahead, trusting their stuff. They all throw hard. They all have good stuff. They're just trusting it, and they're throwing it over the plate. They're making good pitches. And when they do that, they're going to succeed at a high rate.
Go to the back row.
Blake, how satisfied are you with the fact that you were able to pitch the way you did and get the team a win, put the team in position to win and get that victory?
Yeah, I think winning, that was the most important thing. So I'll figure out what I liked about the start, what I didn't like. I'll tell you right away. I liked how many strikes I was throwing first pitch. I'll look at more, but I think the most important thing is we won, and we just got to keep winning. So however we can do that, I'm going to feel good about it.
What's the mood in the clubhouse right now, the confidence level of this team going into tomorrow?
It's the same it's been when we went into New York. I mean, we're starting to figure each other out. We're starting to really enjoy playing the game together. And we're a real selfless team right now, so it's pretty exciting. And for me personally, I'm excited to see what we can do tomorrow.
Go to the front row here.
This is the first time that the Padres win a playoff game with fans in the stands. Being that pitcher who gave that triumph, what does it mean for you?
Yeah, it means a lot. You could tell from the second I walked out of the dugout to go warm up. It felt like a sellout. Everyone was in their seats already, ready to go. So you can tell how bad they want it. And we feel that, we know that, and we want it just as bad as them. So to be able to be the first pitcher, I mean, that's amazing, but it took a team, and I think that's the best part is that we did that together. We won a 2-1 ball game against a really good team.
Anything else for Blake? We'll finish with Kevin here in the front.
You haven't been one of the guys to pitch to Austin all year, but you have lately. What is it? You guys all want to throw to him. What is it about him?
I mean, he just understands the game, understands the hitters. He's really smart. He's good behind the plate. He blocks really well. He catches really well. He's extremely confident. He's fun to work with. A couple things. Yeah, he's really good.
Trent, first pitch is not all that rare for you. What were you thinking there in the fourth inning as you got to the plate?
It was a big shutdown inning. I think that was Blake's first 1, 2, 3. So we felt like we had a good chance to kind of just attack, really. So I got a good first pitch to hit and put a good swing on it.
For those of us watching, it's like, wow, Trent Grisham he's really keeping it up here in the postseason. But you felt locked in from the start. Like, what has this been like, and how different is it than the season?
I really just kind of feel like myself again. I mean, that's really what it is. Being able to compete every day and just go out there and help the team win in multiple facets. That's really been the biggest thing for me, and it's been great.
It's a huge storyline. Apart from the win, is the crowd, and what is that like to play with that kind of noise?
That was surreal. I mean, to see the city come together and cheer us on like that was nuts. That was the craziest game I've ever been a part of. And I mean, they got their guy pitching tomorrow night, so I feel like that was the encore. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but that was unbelievable.
Did it, in your view, do you believe the crowd had something to do with the lack of Dodgers offense in important spots? They left guys on all night.
I don't know if I go to say that's the crowd was the reason for that, but they definitely played a part for sure. That's a good team over there. I don't know, and they play in a loud stadium themselves, so I don't know if it'll be if I would go as far as to say that, but I mean, San Diego really showed out tonight.
Go to the gentleman in the back left.
Trent got Garcia and Suarez and Hader all coming in throwing 100 miles an hour in those late innings. From your perspective out in center field, what's it like to see just that much gas coming in one after another?
Yeah, man, I think we got about 2 weeks left in the season. We were talking amongst ourselves and just saying, if we get in this bullpen, I mean, we have a lot of faith in these guys. I mean, they're all starting to throw the ball well. Hader's starting to turn it around. Louis had been doing it all year, and then Suarez started to really show out. So, and then we have a multitude of guys before that if we get in a jam with a starter. We've been talking about it all year. I mean, these guys they've really showed up and showed out, and it's awesome to watch.
Go to the gentleman in the back row.
Trent, I know you guys were confident this weekend anyway, but what's the confidence level like right now in the clubhouse in the situation that you're in with Joe pitching tomorrow?
Well, I mean, we know that this Dodger team's going to come out tomorrow and they're going to be ready to go. So we know it's not going to be easy, but we have our one of our guys on the mound that we really believe in. He's going to be pitching with the whole city behind him, and I'm really excited myself to see how it turns out.
Anything else for Trent? We'll finish up here in the first row.
I want to know what were your thoughts when the ball was flying? What do you feel in that moment?
It was just it was awesome just to put us up and give us a little more insurance. We knew it was going to be a tough game, so just to get that extra run felt big.
And what would you say to the fans in order to, for tomorrow, for being more, with more noise, you know?
Bring exactly what you brought tonight, bring it again tomorrow.